So we're going to go through a hip flexor stretch. This is a position that extends the hip joint. It's really useful for modern day humans in particular, because we spend so much time in a closed hip position when we're sitting behind a computer or on the couch at home watching television, and we actually accumulate quite extensive periods of time where we're actually in a closed hip position. If you don't know what that means, a closed hip position is simply something like this. So if you could imagine me sitting down on a chair, I'm in this closed hip position here. So the stretch we're going to use to start addressing extensive time periods in that position and some tightening of that tissue is simply this kind of lunge position. I'm going to set up with my foot nice and far in front of me, so that when I move down deeper into this stretch, I don't end up with an acute knee angle here. So just give yourself plenty of space by bringing the leg forward, okay? And then I'm going to turn the hips so that they're nice and square away from me. From here, I'm going to lean down just until I can feel some tension building in the hip. It can be quite useful to have an object just to rest on. From here, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time breathing nice and slowly into my belly, breathing out. And I'm also going to make sure that my upper body is nice and upright. I don't want to be leaning forward too much in this position. So nice and tall with the upper body, hips square, nice long breaths in and out. So once I've spent a little bit of time here breathing and relaxing, I'm going to try and use that exhale to soften and relax a little bit deeper into the stretch. I can breathe in again, and then relaxing with the out breath, and I can sink a little bit deeper. You just also want to be scanning the body to see if you can notice any tension elsewhere. If you're finding like your face is tensing up, or your shoulders are kind of arching, or you have some tension in the neck, it's quite important to relax those. So breathing in, if my shoulders are a little bit tense, I'm going to use the out breath just to soften. Breathing in, softening. And you might find as you sink deeper into the position and the intensity starts to build with that stretch, there may be a tendency to start developing some tension. We're just trying to become aware of that tension building, and just see if we can soften with the out breath. Always checking again to make sure the hips are nice and square, and then I'm upright with the upper body. And once I've spent a little bit of time here, I'll slowly come out of the position, pressing with that lead leg. Nice and slowly coming out, and then I just change over sides. There's no real set time to be in this position. You want to be going off feel. So yeah, it could be a minute or two, it could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes. Experiment a little with this. It's something you could do each day. When you are practicing it, it is crucially important that you are focusing on relaxing the body. Okay, it's relaxing at the hip, but also relaxing any tension that may have developed elsewhere as we're moving into greater degrees of intensity. The breath's really, really useful. So practice breathing, keeping our awareness on our breath. As we start to tense up, you might even notice that the breaths become more shallow, or we start breathing into the upper part of the chest. So be aware of that and continually redirect that rhythmic breathing down into the lower portion of the abdomen. So yeah, stretch out the hips and try and reverse some of the tension that develops with a modern Western lifestyle.